Hey guys, this is Tyraku, and today I'm going to be doing an easy peasy champion overview on my favorite orc, Ultimate Gaelic. Now, Ultimate Gaelic was an Amazon Prime drop a few months ago, so a lot of players got him then. But if you recently pulled Ultimate Gaelic from a shard and was wondering if he's any good anywhere, I'm going to show you where he shines, where I think you should use him, my stat priority, my masteries, and overall my opinions on Ultimate Gaelic. So looking at his abilities, they are very long to read, and they're somewhat complicated if you don't actually read them. So let's read them real quick. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing an HP burn debuff on the target for 2 turns if this champion is under an increased attack buff. Also fills the champion's turn meter by 10% if this attack is critical. Fills the champion's turn meter by 5% if this attack is not critical. So first off, we automatically see, hey, we need to have increased attack buff on Gaelic, and we also need to have 100% crit rate. His A2 attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing an HP burn debuff on the target for 2 turns if this champion is under an increased attack buff, decreases the target's turn meter by 25%, and places a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns if this attack is critical. Decreases the target's turn meter by 10% if this attack is not critical. So, right here, this is another example. We definitely want to make sure he has 100% crit rate, and this will give us the increased attack buff. A3 attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing an HP burn debuff for 2 turns. If this champion is under an increased attack buff, each hit also has a 75% chance of decreasing the turn meter by 20% if the target is under an HP burn debuff. So, as you can see, Gaelic is obviously a massive HP burn champion, as well as has some pretty solid turn meter reductions. His passive ability fully heals this champion and instantly removes any stun debuffs whenever an enemy places a stun debuff on this champion. This makes him pretty solid in the clan boss, whenever the clan boss does their stun ability, whenever the dragon does his stun ability. If you ever get stunned in arena, Ultimate Gaelic can definitely find a solid place on your team for that. Now, going into his gear and his stat priority. For me specifically, in my uses for Ultimate Gaelic, my focus is number 1, getting his crit rate to 100%. Number 2 is getting his speed up as high as possible. And number 3 is getting his accuracy up as high as possible. Actually, I would say that accuracy is more important than speed for Ultimate Gaelic, because if your abilities are getting resisted, then Ultimate Gaelic's usefulness goes down to about 0. But if your attacks are not getting resisted, you are getting HP burn debuffs up everywhere, and you're getting a bunch of turn meter reductions, and that's where we use Ultimate Gaelic. I do have an accuracy banner on Gaelic. I have the crit damage necklace and defense ring. Now for the other gear, I'll show you the top row, and I'll show you the bottom row. The gear I have on Ultimate Gaelic is definitely more towards the in-game achievable gear, but you can definitely do very well with Gaelic without having this high quality of gear. Now for the boots, I have defense percent, simply because I'm not necessarily worried about his attack being extremely high. HP burn is a set value, so if I had a much higher attack, it wouldn't do anything. So I'm not necessarily worried about that. Definitely want Gaelic to live long and place debuffs up as often as possible. His masteries, here are his mastery screen. If you're interested in using these have worked well for me. Take a screenshot and plug them in. Now let me jump into where Ultimate Gaelic shines and give you a pro tip on how to best use him on Spiders 20 on auto. So if you remember earlier when I was talking about his attack, increased attack having to be up, if you do Spiders and you just turn it on auto, you don't click anything, then Gaelic will actually use his A3 ability first, attack all the spiders, and never place the HP burn debuff. But if you start it on auto and you click the spider, as you just seen, Gaelic actually uses his A2, which gives him the increased attack buff, and then the next turn he'll use his A3 and apply the burn to all the spiders, or as many spiders as he can, assuming your accuracy is good. This is why it's so important to have a very high accuracy, is so that you can make sure you're applying it to as many of the spiders as possible. And how HP burn works, since this is going to be a little bit lengthy fight, is essentially each spider who's affected by the HP burn debuff ticks for 6,666 damage, which is a little weird number, but it deals that number of damage to all the little spiders and the big spider, which is what makes Ultimate Gaelic such a massive damage dealer on spiders. And this round is actually going really fast, faster than my typical clears. My typical clears are about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This may last that long as well. So instead of dragging it out, I'm going to skip to the point where we can see how much damage Ultimate Gaelic did. Alright guys, so let's see what Ultimate Gaelic did. So as you can see, he did 9 million damage. Definitely the star of the show here. And we got a banner for some orc in the future as well. So Ultimate Gaelic is obviously a massive upgrade to the regular Gaelic. But overall, Ultimate Gaelic is definitely a solid champion. Let me jump into an arena match and show you how well he can do in arena. He's not a star arena champion by no means, but he can do a decent amount of damage. So if you're looking for a damage champion for arena, you don't have anybody else to fill the spot, you could throw Ultimate Gaelic in there and get some solid use out of him. But like I said, I don't have him geared for attack, so he's not a top tier arena champion in my opinion. If I geared him more for arenas, maybe he could be, but in the current case, no. He does do quite a bit of damage on his hits, but his survivability is pretty lacking. If I want him to do arenas, I would definitely need to make sure the team could keep him alive and protect him. But as you can see just then, I guess that team did not have very much defense. Ultimate Gaelic was definitely taking some chunks out of them. So he's obviously viable in arenas. As far as the clan boss, I've used him in the clan boss several times in the past. The HP burn debuff does excellent, especially on lower levels of the clan boss. So if you're on the levels between hard, brutal, possibly even nightmare, you can definitely bring Ultimate Gaelic in for some extra damage. Throw some lifesteal gear on him and he'll live even longer. But that has been an easy peasy champion overview on Ultimate Gaelic. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you wanted any other champions specifically reviewed, leave it in the comment section below and I'll definitely check on reviewing those champions. But other than that, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much for watching.